Howdy, welcome to another episode of Extroverted Introvert Experience. I'm your host, Maddi. Hello, I feel like it has been a long time no see, even though I literally only skipped one Friday. Wait, what did I just say? Did I say only twice? Anyway, today's podcast topic, I really didn't know what to talk about until like yesterday. Today is Thursday. I'm filming this on Thursday and I just took a shower, so my hair is soaking wet. But I was in the car and I was like, I need to talk about college. I talked about my careers. I need to talk about college, like my experience, what to maybe expect if you're going into college or if you're in college, and kind of just like maybe see where each other is at in their life. Also, don't mind my mango orange juice here. It's Hawaiian sun. Let me get a good little ASMR real quick. Anyway, if you hear my loud AC, don't mind it. It's humid, it's hot. I just took a shower and I don't want my hair all poofy, so I turned on the AC, and this is the only time I can film my podcast. So we're just gonna make do with what we have, right? Let's get started. College. First, I want to preface by saying you don't have to go to college. Not everyone has to go to college. If you want to pursue a career that doesn't require college, go for it. College is expensive. It's it takes a lot of time. And it's a mental burnout for sure. And yeah, so go to college if you want. Don't go to college if you don't want. It's your life. Live it how you want to live. Anyway, here we go. I graduated high school in 2018 and I went straight into college. If I could go back and redo what I have done so far, one thing I would do is take a break after high school, take one gap year to really think about what I want to do. Because when I was a senior, I originally wanted to be a math teacher, but my senior year calculus teacher was not it. I absolutely hated math after I had him. So I was like, I don't want to be a math teacher. And then I started freaking out and I was like, I want to be financially stable. I want a career that will not suffer in a recession. I want to be safe, I didn't really think about being happy. So what I went to college for originally was dentistry. I wanted to be a dentist. As you can see, I'm not one. Hi, YouTube. Anyway, so almost end of senior year, I decided to be a dentist. So I only applied to one in-state college because I was like, this is a safe option. My parent went here. I've been on campus with my parent when they were in school. So I was like, this is a school for me. I'm going to do it and I'm going to love it. That's another thing I wish I could go back and redo. I wish I applied to more colleges, not just colleges in my state, but also colleges out of state, because now that I'm older and I'm traveling, I really, really wish I experienced college in a different state. But that in-state tuition, though, it helps. In-state tuition helps. But yeah, I started my college career in 2018. Well, actually, I took college credit classes in high school. I took a couple math and a couple English classes just to get a head start. I was fortunate enough to go to a high school that did offer that. I know there's a lot of high schools that don't offer college classes. But yeah, it was cheaper that way. It was easier that way. And yeah, the program I went into is a 4 to 5 year program at a regular university. But because I did classes in high school and I did college all year round, summer break, winter break, I did classes. I graduated in 3.5 years, where, like I said, my program is 4 to 5 years, depending on how many credits you take a semester. And I was very burnt out. I do not recommend doing that. I just wanted to get out of college. I wanted to get my career started. I wanted to start my independent life like that. Not that I wasn't independent at 18, but like financially, I wanted to start really racking it up. Racking it up. Don't we all want to rack it up? Yeah. But that kind of hurt me because I was mentally burnt out. Anyway, let's get back to like actual college. So I started college in 2018. I originally went in as a biology major and a music minor. And that's because I love science and I do love music. I'm an instrumentalist. I can play. My main instrument was the oboe, so I'm an oboist. I play oboe, English horn, clarinet, flute, percussion. I dabbled a little bit on piano, trombone, and tuba. Not much, though. I'm not even going to count tuba. I dabbled more on piano and trombone than I did tuba, so I'm not even going to count tuba. I would take that back. And I really loved it, so I wanted music a part of my life. And honestly, I really like marching band. Now, there's a difference between a band kid and a kid in band. I am not a band kid. I am a kid in band. There's a difference, and if you know, you know. If you don't know, don't worry about it. But doing extracurricular activities and being a full-time student is very difficult. Not only was I taking 18 to 22 credit hours a semester, I was also involved in the marching band and ensembles. And when I was in marching band, in percussion, I was a bass drummer on the drum line. I calculated the hours. It was 40 plus hours a week. So marching band was a full-time job. I was a full-time student. And I also had a part-time job because your girl paid for her own college mostly. I sure did. I had help maybe the first semester, maybe first year. But other than that, I was on my own. I didn't really get help from my family. I got a little bit of help, but not a lot. So that's one thing. College is expensive. I did go to a D1 college. And another thing I would do differently is if I went back, I would probably go get my main courses at a community college. It's cheaper. It's probably easier. But yeah. So I was involved in all those extracurricular activities as well as the pre-dental club because I wanted to be a part of a club that my major, you know, if you join a club that you're interested in, like pre-dental, I wanted to be a dentist. It helps you a lot. I got a lot of help from my peers and the faculty about how to navigate the college life to be a dentist. And so I'm taking all my classes, right? And lucky me, all of my class, not all, most of my classes in college were weed out classes. And if you don't know what weed out classes are, they're hard classes to like, I don't want to say weed out, just in case someone doesn't know. To really make you think if that field is for you. They do it on purpose because some of the fields are hard. Like being a medical student is hard, so they're going to make the classes hard to see if you can have what it takes, basically, is what it is. And I'm doing school, extracurricular activities, and job first semester, and I'm thinking, I took the biology class. It was like Biology 198, and I was sitting in class, and I was thinking, I don't want this major. I don't. I'm not happy with it. It's not giving Maddi, as people nowadays would say. So I went to my counselor and I was like, I really don't like biology. Like, I love science, but I think majoring in biology is just not for me. So then I changed to a chemistry major. I love chemistry. Chemistry, ugh, it's so fascinating and so fun. I think because it has a lot of math and science combined, and I love math and science. I went to a magnet school in my early elementary years, and I think that's where I got it. You can catch that topic on a different podcast. But so I'm going through. I spent like a week as a chemistry major, and I'm thinking, maybe I don't want to be a chemistry major. Maybe I want to be a microbiology major because I did like microbiology. So I'm thinking, and I'm like, I really don't know. So then I set up a meeting with my pre-dental advisor to really help me decide what major to get, because you can major in anything and go to dental school. You just have to take the prereqs to get into dental school. And so I'm like, I'm stuck. So I talked to my counselor, and first of all, he's probably never going to watch this, but I'm not going to say his name. I want to thank him so much. He helped me so much throughout my college career and really made it easy for me. College is stressful, and if you have someone that is making it easy for you, bless up. Anyway, he was talking to me and talking about all the other students and their majors, and I was like, I want something that doesn't have too many classes outside of what I have to take. Like, I only want to take the classes that are required for dental school. I don't want to take anything else. And he said, I got it. I got the major for you. I said, what is it? He said, life science. I said, I've never ever heard of that major. Lo and behold, though, a lot of pre-med and pre-dental students were a life science major. And at this point, I have racked up a bunch of biology credits. So I was like, you know what? Let's throw in a biology minor too. So I was a life science major with a minor in biology and a minor in music. My life was busy and hectic in college. So I'm going through college, navigating it, having my normal, oh my God, I'm going to drop out speech every single semester. College students, you know what I'm talking about. You have one of those every semester, if not more. I know I almost seriously dropped out my senior year. My senior year was only half a semester, by the way. I almost dropped out. I was like, I cannot do this. But I started college pre-COVID. And about a year and a half into college, that's when COVID hit and everything went online. And I'm very much a visual person. I love being in class because then I can raise my hand, ask questions, talk to the teacher after class, before class, talk to the students around me, get notes, ask them questions. And being in COVID, that was very hard because I'm on Zoom and I can't just ask questions because we all got to be muted. If more, my classes were usually 200 people. So it's very hard to ask a question. And then professors are very bad at responding to emails. So it was just like I cannot do this. But there is one thing I'm grateful for when it comes to COVID, and that is my class of medical ethics. I had a hard time in that class. First of all, separating my morals and ethics is very hard. Because you're like, oh, well, you would do this, but you can't because of ethics. And I'm just like, but that's what a good civilian would do. But there's a lot that goes into it. If you know, you know. This is another one. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But I am a pretty good student. I have A's to high B's in most of my classes. And I think that was pretty good for being involved in a marching band, having a job, being a full-time student, having a personal life, and taking care. I had a dog. I was taking care of my own dog. Living off campus, all of that jazz. But this one class, medical ethics, in person, I could not get it. I was struggling. I had a D in that class. It was like I want to say it was like a 66 or a 68. And COVID hit and we went online. And this teacher, kind of blessed a little bit, hates reading online and reading all the papers, grading all the papers. So he graded really easily and made everything super easy. And I ended the class with a 90, like a 97. I ended with a high A. So I went from a failing to a high A. I'm very thankful for COVID for that. I'm not thankful for COVID, but I'm thankful that COVID did that. Okay, you know what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I'm glad that COVID happened and is happening still. I'm digging myself a deeper hole. Anyway, we're going to move on from that. Yeah, let me talk about some of my favorite classes. Like I said, I'm a big science nerd. I really loved microbiology. That was really fun. Growing bacteria, looking at bacteria, learning about bacteria and like growing stuff. And I think that was very cool. It was very like lab. I love lab settings. That's what I've realized the past year. I love being in a lab and working in a lab. What's another class? I really, really liked not Organic Chemistry 1, Organic Chemistry 2 lab. It was really cool because I was able to make crystals from the caffeine in tea. What? Isn't that crazy? Did you know tea has more caffeine than coffee? That's what I learned during this class. And you can make crystals from, not crystal meth, but crystals from the tea or from the caffeine in tea. Crazy. I love chemistry. I love like seeing the outcome of reactions and stuff. If my shirt is soaking wet from my hair, don't mind it, okay? I didn't think this through before I did this. Anyway, I say anyway a lot. That's what I've noticed. But let's see. Anyway, so I'm in my last semester of college. It's been 3.5 years. I've said so many times I'm going to drop out. I can't do this. I want to do something else. But I'm getting there, right? I struggled a lot my last semester because of family stuff, friend stuff, financial stuff. I struggled a lot my last semester and I was, having a hard time. And I really didn't know what I was going to do after graduation. And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? But this is what happened. I graduate, right? I graduate in December, which thank the Lord I did not graduate in the spring because spring graduations take hours, where the winter graduation did not take as long. Yes, I had to wake up at 7:30 in the morning to go stand in, it's called Bramlage. I went to Kansas State University, okay? I had to stand there, walk downstairs, walk across the stage, but it wasn't as long as it would have been in the spring. And I remember graduating and then still having finals after graduation. So you don't get your diploma until you finish your classes. And before the final schedule was out, I made plans with my family, my aunt, my cousins, my grandma and grandpa to go to Hawaii for the first time. And I was like, oh my gosh, a opportunity to go to Hawaii. When is this ever going to happen again? So I took the chance and I did the trip. It was a graduation trip for me, which thank you. And I owe it all to them of why I'm in Hawaii now. And I remember scrambling because I had graduation on, I think, December 11th. And then I left home to go to Hawaii on December 15th. So I was emailing professors. I was like, listen, I made this trip before the final schedule was out. I had graduation. I never thought I would have finals after graduation. So I thought I was safe. And I had to jump through hoops and blah, 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 blah to my professors. And thankfully, I was able to switch stuff up. And I didn't even take one of them because I had such a high grade in the class that even if I failed the tests, it would do nothing to my grade. So I didn't even take one of them because of that. So it was a very great ending to the school year because I went to Hawaii. I moved out of my small apartment that I had with roommates, and I moved into a different house in the same town. So I still live in the college town about 6 months after I graduated, just to hang out with friends and like spend that time with them before I actually moved on to like big girl stuff. Oh, another thing. Sorry, I'm going to jump somewhere else real quick. Another thing that happened in college is I had foot surgery. And my campus is kind of older. There's a lot of limestone buildings, a lot of creepy buildings. And the transportation for injured people sucked. Like, I would arrive late to a class. I would be waiting forever for them to come pick me up. And so half the time I just scooted on my knee scooter to my other class because it was faster than waiting for a golf cart to come pick me up. Anyway, that's one thing you have to think about is if you get injured, how are you going to get around? I did have a great friend group that did drive me around places when I couldn't drive because I had surgery on my right foot, my driving foot. And it was very hard to get around for a little bit. But I remember one building. It was my chem lab building. It's very, very old. You know, campuses don't really pay attention to colleges. There's colleges within a college. So you have the business college, the College of Business, the College of Agriculture, the College of Engineering, the College of Science. I was in, I forgot what it was called. Oh, the College of Arts and Sciences. They don't care about that. No, they only cared about engineering and business. So engineering and business department got tons of stuff for their buildings, got remodeled rooms, remodeled buildings, stuff like that. Everyone else didn't get crap. So I'm scooting to my chem lab in this very, very, very old building. I see a handicap ramp. I'm going up the handicap ramp. And I go to open the handicap door. It's locked. Why is it locked? I need in. I need to go to my chem lab, which is on the second floor. I need in. So I'm like, oh, forget this. So I scoot down the ramp, go to the front door, open the door. And I am looking around. I'm like, okay, where does that door lead to? Because I need an elevator to go to the second floor. There's not a single elevator in that building. I was like, what the heck? What? How do handicapped people get around? Like, I know there's people in wheelchairs. How do they get around? With no elevator. Anyway, so I had to embarrass myself and ask people coming in, hi, yeah, can you carry my scooter up the stairs while I hop up the stairs? And then I had to do the same thing going down. Oh, hey, yeah, can you carry my scooter down the stairs while I just hop down the stairs? Please, thank you. There's no elevator. I had to embarrass myself that way. I was thinking, what if I fall? It's going to be so embarrassing. Add that to a list of oh no, I talked about it. I talked about it in my last podcast, the list of embarrassing things. Sheesh. I just had to share that. My disability moment in college. But let's get back to after graduation. I'm taking another gap year before I go to dental school. I have about 300 hours of shadowing a dentist under my belt. I have about almost 200 hours of volunteer work. I am doing all the stuff you need to do to get into dental school, like taking the DAT. I took that twice, which, why is a test $500? And then the study guide for the test is another $500. So to take this test once is $1,000. Why? I hate that. I actually hate that you have to be tested to get into a school. I don't like it. But I'm taking my gap year. I'm getting my hours, and I distinctly remember shadowing once, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I've seen this stuff over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. I could probably do it as much as I've seen it. Sorry, there's the yawn. I was like, I'm going to get bored. I can't do this. I can't do this for the rest of my life. So I had a realization that that's not what I wanted to do. I could not see myself being happy in that field. Yes, it pays a lot. Yes, it's very rewarding. But I would not be happy. And that's one thing I really want to be. I want to be happy no matter what I'm doing. So if that means I don't go back to college and I stick with going with the flow jobs, I'll be fine with that as long as I'm happy and as long as I can live. That too, because, living gets hard financially. That's what I mean. So I'm thinking, I just wasted all that money applying to schools. First of all, I didn't get in the first time. Got waitlisted the second time and still didn't get in. Even though there's only 2 people on the wait list. I said, oh, there's only 2 people on the wait list. What are the odds? No one transfers to a different school. Well, just my luck. No one transferred and I didn't get in. But I took that as a sign that that field just isn't for me and that I'm meant to go do something else in the world. I'm very big on sign. I'm very big spiritually and universally. I'm very big in that. Like, I trust the universe to send me where I need to go, And so I'm like, oh my gosh, I have a degree. I have a bachelor's of science, BS, with a minor in music and minor in biology. And I'm not using it. What am I going to do? So I decided to move out of my college town because if I did not move out of my college town, I guarantee you I would still be there today. Because I love my college town. It's so fun. But that's what college towns are. They're fun. They're not realistic. So I moved to a big city. And I lived with my grandparents for a while I get on my feet, as an official big girl at the age of 21. And, oh my bad, 22. I was 22 at the time. And I was like, I really want to use my degree because I don't want to feel like I just wasted the last 3.5 years of my life. So that's what I did. I found a job that I could use my degree in, and I was a lab tech for about 1.5 years. I absolutely loved working in a lab. Maybe not that lab. That job wasn't all that, but it was still fun sometimes. And the people I worked with were really fun. I really liked them. They're still my friends back home. Hi, guys. If you're watching this, hi. And I miss you. And then I moved here in Hawaii. And I'm having a hard time finding a job that uses my degree. And I know I want to go back to school. It's just a matter of when I decide what I want to do with my life. I have been leaning really towards the healthcare. That was not proper grammar, but I'm just going to go with it. I've always been into healthcare, right? But then I have like moments where I'm like, man, I should just go to trade school because people are successful in trade school. Even my brother did a trade school, and I was like, that's what I should do. It's not going to take as much time. It's still going to be rewarding. But then I'm like, I don't know if I could do that. I mean, it'd be really cool to be like an electrician. I thought about becoming a plumber too, but I don't want to work with poop all day. So I am still on the journey of figuring out what I want to do. I am getting more certificates under my belt. I'm an RBT, a registered behavioral technician right now. And I have that license. So that was pretty fun. I'm CPR certified. But yeah, figuring out the job life has been very interesting, but also fun at the same time because I get to learn all these new skills and tell people about how much I know, and it like shocks everyone. And I'm like, yeah, I like learning new things. So I am going back to school. I don't know when or what for, but I do have a couple careers in mind. I do kind of want to be a nurse anesthetist. I think that's how you say it. Or a cardiovascular physician's assistant. I almost said pediatric. I want to do either or, like one of those. And I really didn't want to be a nurse anesthetist. I wanted to be what's it called? Hold on. I'm having a brain fart. What's it called? Oh, anesthesiologist assistant. But looking that field up, like, yes, they get paid a lot, but you can only practice in, I think, like 18 states right now. There's not that many programs for it. There's not many job openings for it. So I was like, maybe that is not it. And a nurse anesthetist is practically the same thing. But that would mean I would have to go back to school to get my nursing degree and then work as a regular nurse for a while, then go back and like get a master type thing in anesthesiology. But I think that would be really cool. But then sometimes part of me is like, oh, just become a physical trainer, just work in fitness, because I also love fitness, right? I'm still young. I still have time. I'm figuring out what I want to do for the rest of my life because I will be doing it for the rest of my life. But yeah, right now I'm just chilling, learning new things, changing my mindset every day. And sooner or later, I will decide what I want to do and go back to school and really start being a boring adult. You know, right now I'm being a fun adult, but once I settle down in a career, I think I'm going to be really boring. So I'm going to have fun while I'm young and I can. But yeah, let's wrap this up with a little reminder. Don't go to college if you don't want to. Go to college if you want to. Go to a trade school if you want to. Talk to people you know in college and get advice if you're iffy on something, or if you just like need someone to talk to. My DMs are always open, first of all, but I'll like talk to counselors and stuff like that. I don't know where I'm going with this. But yeah, do what you want with your life. You're not less human or less valuable if you don't go to college. I know that was very hounded in my head, like, go to college, go to college, go to college. Baby girl, baby boy, slow down. You got your whole life. Figure out what you want. But yes, this was a very informative podcast, and I really didn't have any outline, and I probably forgot a lot of stuff, but I feel like I also covered a lot of stuff. That being said, I post every Tuesday and Friday. Tuesdays are my regular videos. Fridays are my podcasts. Last week, I just had my friend in town, so it was not a good idea. I really wanted to record a podcast with her, but the timing just never worked out, and we'll probably have the chance again. Yeah, don't forget to drink your water, stay hydrated, stay safe, stay happy. And you do you, boo. You do you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Catch my socials. They're going to pop up on the screen. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And have a great weekend. Because it's Friday. Friday! Also payday. What? All right. Bye, guys. What song am I going to sing? What do we got? There's something sweet and almost kind, but he was mean and he was coarse and not refined. And now he's dear and so unsure. I wonder why I didn't see it there before. Him that I simply didn't see. Thank you. Catch me in Beauty and the Beast. Thank you. Mwah.